Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Antonina Antosha with UATV. 49 new Ukrainian movies will be released in theaters this year. Is this an awakening of Ukrainian cinema, and can we see it as a foundation for further development in the industry? We'll discuss this with Bohdan Zhuk, a program coordinator for Molodist International Film Festival and coordinator for Nevydane, a unique festival for unreleased movies to be shown this week. Hello, Bohdan, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, and thank you.
So, I think we should tell our audience what Nevydane means. Nevydane means unreleased movies. What is it? What is this short festival about?
Yes, it's a festival of unreleased movies, but we think it's also a wordplay that plays with the meaning of unseen, something that has not been released in Ukrainian cinemas and something that is very worth seeing. These are 5 films that have not been in our cinemas, except for one which has had one festival screening in October at our festival, Molodist. It was sold out very quickly. It was the biggest hit of the festival, and now we're bringing it back because we had a lot of requests.
Movie? What is this? Just
the movie
give us a
is Call Me By Your Name. It premiered in January last year at Sundance Film Festival. Then it had a Berlinale European premiere, and it was screened, shown all over the world. It's been a huge hit. It's nominated for 4 Oscars, including for Best Film, Best Actor, Best Screenplay, Best Song. It's an absolutely beautiful and fascinating film that is definitely a must-see. But also, so are the other 4 films.
Have the other 4 films been demonstrated in other countries rather than Ukraine? Because you've just said that they have not been demonstrated in Ukraine, but have they been demonstrated in other countries?
Yeah, of course, they have been shown in many countries, at festivals, just released in cinemas, so they've had a lot of media and audience attention. They've been shown all over the world, and so we decided it's really worth having them here, even though they are not released in cinemas all over Ukraine, but we still believe they are very worth attention of the audiences, and so we are showing these 5 films. Each film has 2 screenings in the Kyiv cinema in Kyiv.
It's an open entrance, right? Everybody's welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Tickets are on sale for a while, and they are still available. Call Me By Your Name is getting sold out very fast. The others, not so fast. But
hurry up.
Yes, you have to hurry up to get the tickets.
All right. The unreleased festival starts today, right?
Yes.
Any chance somehow you are starting on Valentine's Day? Is there any connection there?
Yes.
Why?
Of course. Because Call Me By Your Name is a love story.
It's, that's it.
One of the most beautiful love stories I personally have seen in cinemas.
Now you have to tell us what the movie is about.
The movie is about, it's set in Italy in 1983. It's based on a book of the same name by Andrea Siman, an American, I think, writer. And it's set in Italy in summer of 1983, and it's about a family of an academic who researches ancient Greek and Roman art and history. And every summer he welcomes a
girl?
Not a girl.
A man?
Not necessarily, but this year it's a man. It's a young scholar.
Oh, so it's a different person every year?
Yes. For just 6 weeks, and they come to help him to study and to be immersed in the Italian art and to expand their horizons and to work with this professor. And
so when does the love story kick in?
And the love story starts almost at the beginning. So it's a love story between this young scholar who comes in and the professor's son.
Oh, so it's not even the professor. Okay, that
No,
is
not the professor.
a rather twisted plot, and which probably makes it more interesting, right?
Yes. It's a story of first love, because the young scholar is 24 years old and the son of the professor is 17.
Okay, this movie was shot on investors' money, or did it have any donations from the government or like the states? Did it have any state support?
I don't think so. It's it's a French-Italian production by Italian director, but it's in 3 languages, Italian, French, and English, with American actors, quite famous, like Armie Hammer and Michael Stuhlbarg, and the rising star Timothée Chalamet, who is the one nominated for an Oscar for the best leading role.
Actor?
Yes, best
role,
actor.
Okay.
And
okay, overall, how would you evaluate the amount of state support the Ukrainian film industry is getting right now?
I would say it's getting more and more support in the recent years.
Comparing to what, 2014? And how much more, like in a percentage quantity, like 20% more or 50% more?
I can't say the exact numbers, but I would say definitely, well, compared to even 2014, when the support was quite good, maybe it doubled this year. Before
and has
that,
the number of movies doubled as well? Of movies shot in Ukraine with
maybe even more than doubled.
Even more than doubled. So would you say that the film industry in Ukraine is booming?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
And that's a good sign, right?
Of course. And it's getting a lot of attention. Well, basically, all the leading international film festivals have a Ukrainian film in their program, which is quite notable because even 10 years ago, we didn't have that many films to present in Ukraine or abroad.
If we are noticed by international film festival critics, does that mean that Ukrainian film industry is attracting investments from abroad?
Yes, potentially, because.
But could you specify that? Do you have any specific projects that were invested from abroad you can talk about?
Soon, tomorrow, the Berlin Film Festival starts, and it has a Ukrainian film, When the Trees Fall, by Marisa Nikityuk, a first film by this director, in one of the official programs, and I think it had some funding. Yes, it definitely had funding from a few countries. I am not sure exactly which ones, but I think it's a co-production of at least 3 countries, and that's a good example, a fresh one. We had Miroslav Slaboshpytsky with the sensational film The Tribe in 2014, and it had also a lot of funding from abroad, but also the support from the government, like this film too, because the Ukrainian State Film Agency supports all the first directors' films. They have at least 50% normally, if these projects win in the pitching, which happens twice every year.
Okay. Wouldn't you say that due to the conflict that we're having right now in the east of Ukraine, that the war or the armed conflict has become the main topic for the directors in Ukraine, or are they actually looking into something else as well?
It's definitely one of the main topics. Since Maidan, it has become one of the go-to subjects for many filmmakers, young emerging filmmakers. They are definitely interested in what's happening right now in Ukraine. More and more films are made, both documentaries and fiction films are made about Maidan, about the war. So that's definitely a subject to address, but not the only one.
But still, it's still a way to let the whole world know what is actually going on in Ukraine, right? Through cinema.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through movies and.
Yes, for
sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and telling all this information. Everybody who wants to go visit the Unreleased Festival or the Molodist Festival, you've heard where to go. That was Bohdan Zhuk. He is the Molodist Film Festival Program Coordinator. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Stay with UATV.